Hi, I'm Brother Malcolm. Welcome to another exciting broadcast on the greater power within you, existing as consciousness. God is in you. Can you believe that? That God is consciousness that's in you, been there all of your life? And you've been searching, like me and others, outside of ourselves for this great power. I've been searching for this great power since I began my journey, my inward journey, with writing the book, The New African American Man. I wanted to know what other power is available to me. What can I do in a world that seems to be stacked against me and everybody that looked like me? What can we do? Well, I'd heard about the legacy God, the God that existed in the past. People directed me to the legacy God of the past. But on the inward journey, I discovered the God within me. And the God within me is consciousness. The awareness of being whole, perfect, and complete. Colorless, faceless, and formless. It is aware of being, I am always greater than my beliefs. I'm always greater than my beliefs. But my beliefs become greater than I when I listen to other people. And that's what I did. And that's what many, billions of people have done. But focusing on the United States of America, and the many people in this country that I know of and that I do not know of find it difficult to believe what I'm saying. It's very difficult to let go of what you have been taught by others. Even when you desire to do better, you find it difficult using the beliefs and values that you receive from others, and you become dependent upon those beliefs and values. So now someone would want to argue with me. So, some erudite theologian or philosopher would ask me, how can you prove that God exists in you as consciousness? And that's very simple. I discovered it on the inward journey from working in my mind for the last 20-odd years. Working in my mind diligently to see how I could remove all of the beliefs that I had about the great power of God that I'd heard about that was outside of me. God up in the sky. God up in the sky sitting on the throne. Well, I discovered that God is in me, not sitting on the throne. Without a form, colorless, faceless, and formless. So now what does that make me? It makes me powerful, with a powerful mind and a consciousness, the ability to have power and clarity, to think for myself, to become an independent thinker, to let go, to get off of the crowded road that leads to toxicity and pain and suffering. The crowded road is a road that was created for us to travel on. And we all want to be alike. So everybody want everybody to think a certain way. So you think that all people are defined by white, so they all think the same way. And then all of the black people, and so forth, brown, yellow, whatever other colors and races we want to use. And that's true as long as you're on a crowded road, because that is the information that you're using to define yourself. On the less traveled road in your mind, the consciousness is where you really find yourself. Then you stop all of the, devaluing of yourself. You stop chasing after things. So you start chasing. and you never can find fulfillment. Doesn't matter what you do. You know, the greatest philosophers that ever lived are dead. Now you have to use somebody else to interpret them for you, for me. You don't have original information. So where do you get original information? From yourself. See, you have to discover God for yourself. And you take all of the things that you've heard about it, this great power, and sit with yourself and work within your mind, then you discover for yourself. Now, I know people say, well, I'll go close my eyes and do a meditation or a prayer, and then I learn more about God. Now, you have to let go of the information that you heard about God. See, that's the challenge, which means you have to let go of the beliefs that you heard about yourself and your relationship to God. God does not come from slavery. God's not a slave or a slave owner. It's consciousness. The ability to see the world without toxic blinders over your eyes. Just dimming your vision about who you are. And then you think that you're somebody else. The power I am talking about, the consciousness in you, allows you to have power and clarity to see that whatever is troubling you in your life today is coming from your beliefs that you acquired from someone else. Whatever it is, whether you think you're doing a great job running a corporation or running some type of technology. He said, we're doing great. I'm the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar corporation. I'm a person with power. And you've seen the people here recently that supposedly had power. One guy had power over the movie industry. And then they took the power. And then he crumbled. Then he became a pitiful person to look at. And this has happened with most people in the society. You see it from Weinstein to Cosby to Diddy to other people. When someone gives you something, they can take it away. Do it all the time. So I can give you some award. I can take it away. Because the outside world, folks, that's what's running the world. And it runs us. Controls our thoughts, our actions, whatever we think. So that we get caught up in other people and how they are being treated or mistreated. And the person that you're overlooking is yourself. How are you treating yourself today? So let's start with how are you treating yourself today? Who are you aware of being and where is God? And that's the starting point. Then you transcend all of these little rituals that people have created. You know, they do it with legacy religion, I'll call it. And they create a legacy God. Now we're supposed to stay stuck in the past. We're supposed to stay stuck. So that if we want to find out about power, we must go back in the past. And depend upon the veracity of what other people have said. And we know very well other people distort the facts all the time. History is nothing but an illusion of something that someone wrote for someone else to interpret what happened. Whether it's someone talking about politics and government in the United States, the people that they're talking about didn't write the information. Somebody else wrote it. And that's what's important for us to focus on today. Who's writing the information that you believe in about yourself? Who is writing this information? And where is the God in you when you are accepting the information? The God in you is detached from you because you detached yourself. You moved away from the power and you chose another power. You chose a system of economics. You chose religion and became your God. And you ignored the one yourself. You ignored yourself and the power that you have by believing that there was another power outside of you existing in the past. And that you were this lowly person that is a victim of society, a victim of the world. And you're not. The only thing that victimizes us today, if you want to put it that way, are the beliefs that we think about ourselves. No one can take this power from you in this world. There is no one that can detach you from this power. That is you. You have to do it. You have to be the one to choose a different life and get on the crowded road that leads to pain and suffering for the rest of your life. All the things that people talk about. See, when you really look at it, and many of us, people are afraid to look at things, but when you really look at it, and you really think about this, then you can see the illusion. All of the things that you spent all of your life working for. People spend a lot of time buying stocks and bonds, and investments, and buying houses, and so forth. And then they reach a point where they start thinking about, what am I going to do with all of this stuff? I'm going to have to leave it. I'm going to have to leave it. So people say, you're going to have to leave this. So now we create wills, or some kind of document that we can decide where your stuff is going. Because you're dead. And now you feel that everything is going to be fine. That you have left your children wills off. But what about you? Your children didn't do it. Wasn't their dream, their vision. It was your vision. And now your vision is over. And now your legacy becomes tied up into what other people think about you and what you have done. The world's judgments of you is where the pain is coming from. Because we don't want to be judged harshly. We don't want the world to think critical of us. So Brother Malcolm was a terrible person. Well, you don't want to think that. And the world's sitting with a multitude, a buffet of things to define someone. See, you define the person when they don't conform to the toxicity that the world wants them to conform to. See, we're going to attack this person because this person is not going along with the program. What is the program? The program is one of powerlessness and victimization. To believe the way that we think you should believe. For me to say that God is within me and not in the past. In the present moment, God is within each one of us as existing as consciousness. And that all of the things that we heard were things that were made up by other people. But when you discover the truth about yourself, then you discover the truth about the consciousness in you. See, when you discover, it's not going back in history, folks. I know this may be somewhat challenging for me, but you don't go back in history. Define your existence. When you discover the power I am talking about, that's the moment your life begins. That's the moment that you are rebirthed with a new consciousness, awareness about who you really are. That is the moment that life begins. The life of freedom. Self-acquired spiritual freedom. Self-acquired spiritual freedom is enlightenism. The power within. Check it out for yourself. I am just a vessel, folks, allowing information to flow through me to share with you, to remind you that you are greater than the person that you may believe you are based upon your beliefs that you receive from others. I'm Brother Malcolm. Check back with me again on a wonderful broadcast. Have a great day.